Getting enthusiastic about AI is easy. Building a sound business case around it is harder. In this lecture, I want to give you practical frameworks for evaluating the costs and benefits of AI investments. The kind of rigorous thinking that separates successful initiatives from expensive disappointments. Let's start with costs. And I want to be thorough here, because AI costs are often underestimated. The obvious costs are what most people focus on: software licensing or subscription fees, implementation and integration services, initial training for users. These are the line items that show up in vendor proposals, and they're real, but they're rarely the whole picture. The hidden costs are where projects often go over budget. Data preparation is frequently the largest hidden cost. AI systems need clean, well-structured data, and most organizations don't have this ready. Data cleaning, normalization, integration from multiple sources, filling gaps. This work can consume more time and money than the AI implementation itself. Integration complexity is another. Enterprise AI rarely operates in isolation. It needs to connect existing systems like your CRM, ERP, data warehouse, communication tools. These integrations require development work, testing, and ongoing maintenance. Change management is often under-budgeted, if included at all. People need to learn new workflows, adopt new tools, and sometimes accept that their roles will change. This requires communication, training, support, and patience. Resistance can derail even technically excellent implementations. Ongoing operational costs extend well beyond the initial deployment. Model monitoring, retraining as conditions change, infrastructure costs, support staff, vendor relationship management. AI isn't a one-time purchase. It's an ongoing operational commitment. And opportunity costs matter too. The time and attention your team spends on an AI initiative is time not spent on something else. Make sure you're choosing high-value opportunities. Now let's turn to benefits and how to quantify them properly. I like to categorize AI benefits into 3 buckets: efficiency gains, revenue impact, and risk reduction. Efficiency gains are usually the easiest to measure. How much time does this save? How many FTEs worth of work does this automate or augment? What's the cost of that time? Be specific. If a process that took 10 hours now takes 2 hours, and you run the process 50 times a month, that's 400 hours saved monthly. Multiply by the fully loaded cost per hour, and you have a number. But be careful with efficiency claims. Saving 10 minutes per task sounds great, but only if people actually use that time productively, and only if the AI doesn't introduce new steps or review requirements that eat into the savings. Revenue impact is often larger, but harder to prove causally. If AI-powered personalization increases conversion rates, how much of that increase is attributable to the AI versus other factors? If predictive lead scoring helps sales teams close more deals, can you isolate the AI's contribution? The best approach is controlled testing. A/B tests where some customers or transactions use the AI and others don't. Pilot programs with clear control groups. Before and after comparisons with adjustments for other variables. This rigor takes more effort, but it builds credibility for future investments. Risk reduction can be highly valuable, but is often underweighted because it's about things that don't happen. Fraud prevented, compliance violations avoided, equipment failures caught before they cause downtime. Calculate these by estimating the probability of adverse events, their cost when they occur, and the reduction in probability or severity the AI provides. Now let me give you a practical framework for putting this together into a business case. Step 1. Define the problem precisely. What specific business problem are you solving? What's the current state? What does success look like? Vague problem definitions lead to vague benefits estimates. Step 2. Map all costs comprehensively. Use the categories I outlined: obvious costs, data preparation, integration, change management, ongoing operations, opportunity cost. Get the real estimates, not optimistic guesses. Software costs, consultant costs, alternative costs of internal workforce hours used. Step 3. Quantify benefits conservatively. Use the following 3 categories: efficiency, revenue, risk, but apply realistic assumptions. I recommend creating 3 scenarios: conservative, moderate, and optimistic. Make decisions based on the conservative case. Hope for the optimistic one. Step 4. Consider the time dimension. When do costs occur? When the benefits materialize? AI projects often have front-loaded costs and delayed benefits. Cash flow matters, especially for organizations with constrained budgets. Step 5. Account for risk and uncertainty. What could go wrong? Technical failures, adoption problems, changing business conditions, vendor issues. Build contingency into your planning and be honest about what you don't know. Step 6. Define success metrics up front. How will you know if this worked? Or will you measure how and when? Agreeing on metrics before you start prevents arguments about success after the fact. One more thing I want to mention: the strategic value that's hard to quantify. Some AI investments are worth making, even when the direct return on investment is uncertain, because they build capabilities, generate learning, or position you for future opportunities. A pilot project might not pay for itself in direct savings, but might teach your organization how to work with AI, identify data gaps, and surface bigger opportunities. Include the strategic value in your thinking, but be explicit about it. Don't hide weak financial cases behind vague strategic language. Say, the direct return on investment is modest, but we're also building X capability and learning Y. That's honest and defensible. In the next lecture, we'll look at real examples so you can learn from others' experiences.